Hello Unigame fans, the last video recapping the new releases that I missed in August goes back to the indie roots, with the list beginning with the full release of the roguelike platformer Spirit's Abyss. I did play this around its early access launch and quite liked it, with it having really strong Spelunky vibes, so perhaps it is fitting that the cycle is complete just before Spelunky 2 comes out. Beautiful pixel art and interesting multiple classes to play as makes this one a must-get in my opinion. If you have not heard about Spiritfarer, you might have been under a rock, since this extremely cozy management game did also surprise launch and has garnered quite a bit of attention for itself, since it really is wonderful. Play as the fairy person of the dead and guide these animal spirits to their final resting place in a heartwarming and emotional journey that is both bittersweet but somehow pleasant as well. Certainly expect more thoughts on this very soon. The self-styled challenging collectathon platformer Super Nate Adventure does look 8-bit excellent and certainly looks to pay tribute to classics from that era. Kinda cheap as well, so a neat looking smaller game. The sequel to a 2018 game, The Bonfire 2 Uncharted Shores is a survival city builder that has you building your settlement, sending your people on expeditions, trade missions, dungeon exploration and more, while having to fend off wild animals and monsters at night. Really beautiful looking game which could use some balancing. A vibrant action platformer is Glitch's Trip, where you need to save your planet from intergalactic tyrants. The boss fights in this looks like a highlight, with nice music and a neon aesthetic as well.
На попрание людям. От Матфея, глава 5, стих 3. Когда-то я был уверен, что упадок сакрального – это большая беда, и с этим нужно срочно что-то делать. Мне казалось...
I have no idea how to pronounce the name of this game, but it is an adventure game that has you exploring the confines of a room and the objects in it, with a story to tell and some interesting visuals.
И ты глядишь в окно, как всегда.
pretty excited about Which Eye, since this is the port of a mobile title which I've had my eye on, no pun intended. It is a Devolver published title, so there's certainly something to it, with you controlling a floating eyeball to explore the environments and to attack enemies. Me being me, I absolutely love the pixel art, and I'm glad to see it available on more platforms. After being delayed for a little bit, the very Fortnite-looking Drake Hollow launched on Xbox One, where you have to build villagers and to defend them and the plant creatures named Drakes from deadly feral monsters. There's crafting, construction, exploration and combat, but there's a core story progression with handcrafted maps that will take you from one story beat to the next. A little bit unwieldy but very ambitious, this may be worth a look if you're into building and survival games. Speaking of survival games, Night of the Dead is a pretty straightforward one of these, where you explore and scavenge for resources, chopping trees, hunting animals and such, with the ever-present threats of zombies to contend with. Build your base with all sorts of hazards and traps, from rotating blades, flamethrowers and trebuchets, all in a bid to survive, to find clues and to escape the island. This appears to be from a Korean developer, but again, not that much information is available on the studio size and such, but it does look promising and has been well received. If you enjoy classic turn-based roguelikes, then Legion's Crawl 2 is one to check out. I like the look of this, simple but effective, and this is a good one to jump in if you're more used to the modernized roguelikes and want to experience the roots of the genre.
This young feline is our hero Theo, whose pampered life as a pet is about to be turned upside down by the actions of a mysterious villain. To chase down his family's killer, he must overcome lethal challenges, outsmart dastardly enemies, and break...
The adorable Bright Paw is a puzzle game where you play as a cat, so probably enough said already, taking the #1 spot. To see more of the big picture, check out these awesome videos and I will see you after the jump.
Paw Industries!